Think positive.
Welcome or welcome back to the Ghoul Ambrose podcast. GA for short. I'm your host, Prince. This is a space for inner work, self-improvement, self-discovery, mindset, accountability, integrity, reflection, and personal development. This podcast is built for growth, for honesty, and for becoming a better version of yourself, one day at a time. New episodes drop every Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Today's episode is called Create New Memories. Sometimes the loudest conversations are the ones no one else hears. Questions don't always come from other people. Sometimes they come from ourselves. The difficult part isn't answering them. It's being honest enough to ask them in the first place. What you're about to hear isn't a conversation between two strangers. It's a conversation between one person trying to understand their own mind. This is Create New Memories. When I close my eyes, I see memories. Good ones? Some, not all. What about the others? They don't ask for permission. They don't knock. They just show up. A place, a conversation, a face, a feeling. Sometimes they arrive so quickly that I forget I'm standing in the present. Are they older memories or recent ones? They're a mix of both. Some happened years ago. Others happened last week. I don't think my mind cares about the calendar. It only remembers what left an impression. Why do you think those memories stay? I wish I knew. Maybe because they mattered. Because they hurt. Because they made me happy. I don't know. Do you ever try to stop and think about them? Almost every time, I'll distract myself, turn on music, go for a drive, start working, watch something, talk to people. But eventually, it's quiet again, and somehow, those same memories find me. Maybe silence isn't creating the memories. Maybe it's revealing them. What do you mean? Think about it. They're probably there all day. You're just too busy to notice. When everything slows down, your mind finally has room to speak. I never really thought about it like that. Most people don't. They think silence is empty. Sometimes it's actually full of everything I haven't processed. Exactly. Can I ask you something? Go ahead. Why do some memories replay while thousands of others disappear? I can't remember what I ate 3 Tuesdays ago, but I can remember something someone said years ago, word for word. Maybe because facts fade, feelings don't. You forget ordinary days, but moments attached to emotion, those stay. Even the painful ones, especially the painful ones. Pain has a way of introducing itself twice. Once when it happens, and again every time you remember it. That almost sounds unfair. Maybe, but happiness works the same way. Think about your favorite memory. You don't only remember what happened, you remember how it felt. So our emotions become bookmarks. That's one way to look at it. Sometimes I wish I could remove a few pages from your memory. Yeah, not all of them. Just the ones that still hurt. The ones I replay even when I don't want to. Do you think removing those pages would change the story or erase the lesson? I don't know. Maybe both. Would you still be you without every chapter? That's a difficult question. Some chapters made you laugh, made you cry, made you stronger, made you more cautious, made you appreciate more people. Others taught you who not to become. Every chapter contributed something, even the ones you'd rather skip. I understand that, but understanding something doesn't always make carrying it easier. No, it doesn't. Sometimes I wonder if holding on to old memories is stopping me from making new ones. Why do you think that? Because it feels like I'm always looking backward, even while I'm walking forward. Then maybe the question isn't how do I forget? Maybe the question is, how do I keep moving? How do I keep moving when part of me is still standing somewhere I've already been? Maybe because you've convinced yourself that moving forward means forgetting. Those aren't the same thing. Then what's the difference? Forgetting is losing something. Moving forward is choosing not to live there anymore. So, I don't have to erase my past? No, because whether you erase it or not, it happened. The question is, what are you going to do with it now? I don't know. Sometimes it feels easier to revisit old memories than it does to make new ones. Why? Because they're familiar. I already know how they end. Exactly. There's no risk in remembering. The risk comes from creating something you've never experienced before. I never thought fear could keep someone from making memories. Fear keeps people from trying. Trying is where memories begin. So, every memory started as a moment someone almost didn't have. In a way, yes. Think about it. Every favorite memory began as an ordinary day. No one wakes up and says, today is going to be one of my favorite memories. You simply live. Then one day you look back and realize it mattered. That's actually beautiful. It also means something else. What's that? The memory you're hoping for might be waiting inside a day you're thinking about skipping. I never looked at it that way. Most people don't. They cancel plans, avoid conversations, stay inside, put things off, not realizing they might be walking away from tomorrow's favorite memory. I guess I've done that before. We all have. Can I ask another question? Of course. Do memories ever stop hurting? Some do, some don't, but they almost always change. Change? Think about someone who lost a loved one. At first, every memory brings tears. Years later, those same memories might bring a smile. The memory didn't change. The person remembering it did. So, healing changes how we carry memories, not necessarily the memories themselves. Exactly. Healing isn't deleting. Healing is learning how to hold something without letting it hold you. That's different. It is, because so many people spend years trying to destroy memories when they could have spent that time building new ones. Is that where the problem starts? Sometimes, imagine trying to fill a bookshelf. Instead of adding new books, you spend all your energy trying to remove one old book. Meanwhile, the shelf stays almost empty. So the goal isn't just removing what's there, it's adding something new. Yes, new conversations, places, people, lessons, laughs, victories, even new mistakes. New mistakes? Of course, not every memory has to be perfect. Some of your funniest stories probably started with something going wrong. That's true. Life isn't asking you to create perfect memories. It's asking you to create real ones. I think that's what I've been missing. I've been waiting for the perfect moment. Perfect moments usually aren't announced. They become perfect because you were present enough to experience them. Maybe I've been too busy looking behind me to notice what's happening in front of me. And that's understandable. But eventually, every person has to decide whether they are going to become a visitor or a resident of their past. A visitor or a resident? Visit the memories, learn from them, smile at them, cry if you need to. Just don't build your house there. I hope you found something worth taking with you today. Maybe a new perspective, maybe a moment to pause and reflect. Thank you for being here and sharing this space with me. Your presence matters. If this resonated with you, share it with someone you care about because growth spreads through connection. I'll see you next time. Take care of yourself. Stay grounded. And as always, be safe.